Hello. Hello, hello,
Silly.
hello.
Silly.
Yeah. I was supposed to wait on that. I'm sorry. I forget it. Supposed to wait on that. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup Ringside, where we give you the best seat in the house for all of our thoughts on WrestleMania 40, y'all. The biggest WrestleMania of all times. Woo! But we're here to talk about it, but I'm not going to keep up this intro too long. Hello, I am Lana, your resident evil diva. A diva in mourning, but a diva still the same. But here we are talking WrestleMania. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I am drinking juice because, yeah, why not? But if I was drinking anything else, it'd be in my cup mug. And you can get your cup mug at LanaGCreations.etsy.com where we do ship domestically here in the United States, Mexico, Canada for sure. Everywhere else, we're working on it. So there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lewis Thorpe, and I am the wise man to your new King of the Cup, Westradamus. Tonight, I'm not drinking anything, only the bitter tears of Amy. Thank you very much.
Donovan, you want to go?
I'm Donovan. I don't have no cool intro like everybody else. And I'm just drinking water.
Very good. Well, I am Westradamus, and I am the king of the cup. And I have come to rule with an iron fist, and I am drinking the tears of all of the bloodline, and am happy to do it.
And it's Brooke, the Brooke Hogan of the Cup. And I just want to let you know, Lewis, get in line, okay? Find your own champ to be the wise them to, okay? That's my best friend, okay? I'm not drinking anything at the moment, but I was drinking water like 5 minutes ago. So there's that.
I am Amy, the Killer Queen on Twitter. There were moments I really loved about this WrestleMania. There were moments I could absolutely do without. And I'm currently drinking a Poppy prebiotic soda because I'm sick to my stomach about some of the results and I need something to settle it. So,
Work.
Yeah.
So we are here to talk about WrestleMania 40, one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. But first, before we get into that, subscribe to this channel. We're new, we're up and coming, we started out. So we need all the subscriptions and all the people to subscribe to the channel so we can get in the algorithm so people could see all the amazing things we talk about because, duh, we're great. Absolutely. So you want to subscribe to this channel, hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you won't miss any of our content. We got a lot of content coming out this week for WrestleMania, post WrestleMania, and so we got a lot of stuff happening. So subscribe to this channel. We also got 3 other channels you can subscribe to. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, go subscribe to the Cup ESC. If you're a fan of reality TV, go subscribe to the Cup TV. And if you're a fan of Drag Race or any other drag, period, go subscribe to the Cup Pod, period. We got all the channels for you. And while you're at the Cup Pod, join our membership channel because we will have early access from all 4 channels and exclusive content, maybe from all 4 channels. So go join our membership page over there, the tea room, get the tea on what's happening here on the Cup. Or if you're a fan of Patreon, go join our Patreon. All the links will be in the description below. Click our link tree. You'll get every link you want. So check that out. Now that we got the business out of the way, we have to do it to start off the show. We have done it. We have said it. And it will feel wrong if we don't do it. we have to congratulate and acknowledge Westradamus for making the most predictions correct on the podcast. So, congratulations. I acknowledge you. There we go.
Yeah, I would of course take all of my thanks and gratitude, but doing it the first time was a novelty. At this point, it's just commonplace. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, there it is. So yeah. He said what he said. He meant what he meant. Yeah, I don't even know how to transition from that. I'm feeling a little in my stomach, but I can't say that though. I can't say that.
Speaking of feeling in your stomach, the opening match of night 1 of WrestleMania 40. I mean, really.
I mean, Brooke, that's a hot take that you have. I don't think everybody on the panel agrees with you. Maybe, maybe not. But let's jump into it. Let me find the right one because, yeah, we got it. We're getting it. We're doing it. It's WrestleMania.
Okay, Brooke, are you sick in the stomach on the result or the fact that it opened itself?
The fact that it exists. 2, I hate the fact that it opened, especially considering that there was another women's title match that had a lot more build and a lot more story and a lot more going on with it than this one did. I felt like if you swapped this with like Io and Bayley and had that open night 1, I would have loved that because I think they deserve to have a special, like, prominent spot on the card. But that's just me. This match is fine. It wasn't anything special. I remember a decent chunk of it, but that's also because it was 2 days ago as of filming. The right person won. Thank God. Because I cannot deal with champion Becky Lynch right now. So yeah, congrats to Reah. Sure.
I also agree. I think the right person won. Was very excited to see Reah win. If I had to guesstimate why it came on first, like logistically, I was thinking about maybe it's like the band that was there to perform for Reah could only be there up to a certain time. There are things that they put in place, and also like not for nothing. This was like not necessarily the women's title match that I was most like worried about. And I was a little taken aback by it being first up, to be quite honest, but I wasn't mad at it once I saw the actual match. Like I felt like this was this could have been an email. But I'm glad that Rhea's still the champ, and I think she looked great. I think that she comes out of it looking a lot stronger. So congrats, Reah.
Opening Mania can be looked in 2 ways. It can be looked at as, we can send these on early so that, like, whatnot. But I think it's actually a huge thing. Like, you'll be interested to open WrestleMania. Like, those are big shoes to fill. And the match was fine. I didn't expect much from it. I didn't expect it to be absolutely amazing. I was okay with it. I didn't come out of this match thinking, well, that sucked. First of all, that's probably the best live performance of an entrance I've seen at Mania for a while, if not for a while ever. I don't know. I can't name a Mania band entrance that I was like, oh yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Unless we count Shinsuke Nakamura as a band entrance, which I don't count as a band entrance, to be honest. Yeah.
But why though? Why do you
Wyatt?
not count that?
I think Bray Wyatt's live music entrance was really good. I'd probably put that above this one. Mm-hmm. This was a good one. But yeah, I see your point. It was good. I thought it was really cool that the band were like kind of dressed similarly to Reah and were like painted like Reah. I was like, work bitch. I don't know if that's their normal look, but
and they knew the product enough to be able to co-veer all the things that she's known as in the WWE, and that I love that because that showed they're fans of the product themselves as well. So that did a huge thing for me as well.
Yeah, and I would agree with Lewis. The tribal chief keeps, speaking, and the wise man keeps saying right things, I think. So I think the match was good. The entrance was pretty phenomenal. You could tell, I think, that the band cared. Because we've all seen some moments, some WrestleMania entrances, where the band comes out, no one cares. And they don't. They surely don't care. They want to leave. This was the opposite. Importantly, Rhea Ripley was given night one of Mania, the opening of Mania. Of course, Becky's going to get it. Becky can get anything she wants in this company. And so they're going to trust her implicitly. I thought if we're just focusing on the match delivered. Although I actually really appreciate how, not one-sided, but how dominant they let Rhea be in this match. Just like Amy said, came out looking way stronger. And I think this is them doubling down. Of course, we've seen some dynasties fall this day, but I think Rhea's is going to stay intact, and they've doubled down on her, so she'll be here for a while.
Donovan, what you think?
So, sorry, but I'm having technical difficulties. I don't know what's been going on.
It's whatever. We know. It happens.
Like Lewis said, I think Rhea and Becky being the opening match is WWE showing that they have, of course, they have faith in Becky, but Rhea, and of course, look at it as a good thing. It was a good opening match. Get the crowd hyped up. The right woman won in this instance. And like Wes said, Rhea's going to be here for a while. She has the keys to that division as of right now.
Absolutely. I think I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed the match. I because first of all, you're not gonna go wrong with Rhea and Becky Lynch. They're two talented women. They're going to always give us good matches, and it's going to be a good product. No matter what you feel about Becky or Rhea, if you like them or you don't like them, they're going to give us a good show. And they gave us a good match. It was a good match. It was decent. It was a good start to the show. It was enough to make us go, okay, let's see what else is there to come, instead of being like, oh, Lord. Like, it could have been worse. Like, this could have came out and been the best match of the night. And we would have been like, oh, man. So we start here, and then we go downward from the rest of the night, But it gave us just enough energy, which is like, all right, okay, well, what's next? And then next delivered, and then next delivered, and next delivered. So I kind of feel like this was the perfect way to start the show. It gives a prominent spot to the women's champions. They're like, we trust you not only to open the show and raise the bar. We know y'all can main event. Y'all have main evented. We know you can do it, but we also want to see if you can start a show, and we trust to let you know we trust you to start a show. Do we need more women's matches in WrestleMania? Absolutely. I'm never one to say that, but
yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about too.
Oh, could you? Okay, could I finish? And then I'll let
go
you
ahead.
talk.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they wanted to show that they trust them enough to start the show and give them what they want, give the crowd the boost that they needed. And I think it was a good match to start off with. But yes.
On the subject of there being more women's matches at Mania, I am low-key kind of pissed at the booking on this, when we have 13 matches across 2 nights and only 3 of them are women's matches. And I hate to even be that person. Like, as much as I loved the 6-woman tag, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, right? Even that kind of felt a little bit like last-minute booking to get Bianca and Asuka and Naomi and Jade Cargill on to Mania. Because you have, like, it's the same problem that we've had at Mania and with WWE for years. It's very rare that they let women have feuds outside of the title programs. It's even more rare when those feuds get to have matches on pay-per-view. And it baffles me that we didn't get some sort of match. I mean, it could have even been a pre-show match with, like, Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell versus, like, Maxine Dupree and somebody else, because that feud's been going on Raw for, like, a month now. Liv Morgan and Nia Jax never had a proper conclusion to their part of their feud with Rhea and Becky. mostly with Becky, honestly. So like that could have been a match on the Mania card. Plenty of women on SmackDown could have been. Hell, where was the Battle Royal? We got the men's Battle Royal. We got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, at least on SmackDown. Nothing for the women. Yet again, it is a consistent issue with this company that, sure, we'll have 2 women's titles and, yeah, we'll book women in a tag match, but we're never going to let them have their own independent feud at Mania. I can't think of a single time it's happened in the past, 5 years.
It has to happen. And I think even more of the women in the division are talking about it. They're speaking out on it. Like Bianca said it, Becky said it, Rhea said it. They all have spoken out this year with we need more feuds that's not title-based feuds. We want more feuds for the women's division that is not based on, I'm going for a title. We just got beef and we got a plot that we want to tell this story. And hopefully, hopefully it will happen now because some changes are still happening. And now with Stephanie McMahon is now back, is working with the creative team on WWE now, and I think she is a champion for women's wrestling as well. So I think maybe now she could get into the ears of the higher ups. She is a higher up, and she can just be like, let's do more women's titles. And we're gonna have 2 days of WrestleMania, 13 matches. We could have more women's matches.
Absolutely,
we can absolutely have women's matches.
Well, and I mean, on top of that too, you could say, oh, well, there's just not enough time for everything and sure and all that was, but whatever. Look at NXT, right?
Yeah.
Stand and Deliver had 6 matches on their card. 2 of them are women's matches. But on top of that, not only that, they also announced that they're literally starting the NXT Women's North American title.
Yep.
The fact that NXT has a women's mid-card belt before the main roster does should tell you a lot about how these 2 companies look, the 2 parts of the company look at their stuff, because Shawn Michaels knows what the fans want and has listened to what the fans have said. I don't know if Triple H is really paying attention to that at the moment, at least when it comes to the women's division.
I think he is, but I think it's taking more time to do it. I think Shawn Michaels has more leeway to do so, and I think Triple H has to get it in. It's gonna happen. I believe it's going to happen. I just think for the main roster, it's just not going to be as. I think this has been happening in NXT for a minute because, like you say, there are more women in NXT than there are on the main roster right now. A lot more women on NXT than the main roster. So I think now that the women are coming up onto the main roster and it is getting more and more and more women in the main roster, they're going to have to do it. I just think Triple H is going to start rolling. And he mentioned it even in the press conference afterwards. They're rolling out more stuff this year, a lot more things that we haven't seen and a lot more things that are going to be new. I believe the women's division is going to be one of those things that are going to get more rolled out as this year, especially since we're moving to Netflix. We finna start getting some stuff that we ain't never seen. And I think the women's division is going to finally get more of the respect that they deserve, honestly.
Absolutely. Final point on this. I feel like this match could have probably been better because there was a conversation through Michael Cole that Becky had been sick, been ill, and I feel like that translated, unfortunately. And I feel like if it wasn't for that fatigue, this match could have probably been so much better. But for what it's worth, I enjoyed this match.
And just to say, I saw a lot of people online, especially Twitter, saying oh, Becky had strep, Rhea better have hazard pay. I don't know if people understand the way that strep works. If you're with 24 hours worth of medication within your system, you're no longer contagious to other people. But she will also be very fatigued. So that does play into it, that at that point in the having it be first, if she knows that she needs to rest, is probably also a big part of what played into it. But she wasn't patient zero that people need to be worried about her being out there and having strep.
Not patient zero.
Well, and I mean, I think the other part of the reason that it got put first is because Becky posted on Twitter 2 weeks ago that main events are set. I want to open night 1. And she did. And she posted that on Twitter. Rhea backed it up too. They both posted about it. Right? And I mean, hey, I guess if you ask for it and you get it, no one can really be mad about it. It's just one of those things where, in terms of the structure of the show, it feels weird that we have a ladder match right after this. when like that ladder match is like a pure spot fest. It feels like a match that could like make the crowd wake up.
I
But
mean,
this,
I don't. But see, I think with that, they didn't need to wake up because I feel like Rhea and Becky woke them up, and then they were just hyped for the ladder match. I just I just feel that way. But we done with y'all. But shout out to Coco Jones for starting out.
Oh, period.
That
Period.
part.
Let's not walk
Ate it
past
up.
that real quick because Coco Jones ate up the national anthem. I just want to say that. I just wanted to put that out there. Love me some Coco Jones. She ate. Period.
Sure did.
All right, now we move to what Brooke alluded to, the 6-man pack ladder match for the undisputed tag team champions. I am going to let Wes start us off because we're acknowledging you right now. So, what do we think about this 6-pack chat? Wes?
Yeah, well, it was fantastic. Let's just get that off the rip. This match was amazing. Brooke indicated it was a spot fest. I think it was. I think there was a little more in between moments too, some good emotional moments as well. But of course, unfortunately, predictable. That is if you're me. So
And
I'm
Lewis.
very happy to see. I will acknowledge my wise man in a moment. But Awesome Truth, fantastic to see them get a win. Of course, also we've got Judgment Day losing the tag belts. That's amazing. And of course, we also get to see A-Town Down Under. Now, we already said this before, and I will further predict this, that this all happens. That way the belts can be quickly removed off of both of these teams after Mania. I don't think anyone's holding these belts for a while. In fact, I wouldn't even be shocked to see the Awesome Truth lose the belts today of recording, the Monday after. I wouldn't even be shocked to see it, or SmackDown. Wouldn't shock me at all. But either way, fantastic match, and I'll pass it to my wise man to speak further about it.
Thank you, my tribal chief. I love this bit. I love this bit completely. Okay. No,
Cut the cameras.
First of all, I do have a bit of a bias to Grayson Waller based on the fact that he comes from our community of like Survivor, this, that, the other. So I love that he got that moment.
Let's go pre-jury boot Grayson Waller.
So true. Equilibrium alumni, Grayson Waller. Listen, I'm glad they did it in the order that they did it. R-Truth can never wrong me. He took a bit of a minute getting up that ladder. He took like 5 minutes of climbing up the ladder.
You know he's scared of heights. Don't play with him. Don't play with him.
Valid. I do agree that I don't see these people as champions for much longer than I think at least one of these tag teams are staying champions until Clash of the Castle. And then I feel like New Catch are going to get their moment there. No, I enjoyed this match. Just an absolute spot fest. The way that they formatted this match was incredible. Yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I feel like Awesome Truth needed that moment. I feel like there was so much hype built around them that it was only right.
Anybody go jump in there?
Do I need to put it? Do I need to throw it to someone?
I mean, okay, I was gonna let y'all talk, but if there's nobody else wants to, I'll go ahead and talk then. This was my favorite match out of both nights. I adored every single aspect of this match. I don't care if it was a spot fest. It was a spot fest, but it was a good spot fest. Okay, sorry, I'm ranting. On top of all that, I think the right two teams won. I had written in my predictions New Catch Republic, and I did not realize it until after the episode went up. And I'm like, no, I wrote the wrong team, because these were the two teams I thought was going to win. And then I just realized I wrote the wrong one, and I feel dumb.
The
But
topaz.
truly the topaz of it all. But I think this has some of the nastiest spots I have ever seen in my life. The power bomb of Grayson Waller over the top rope through a ladder after he already won the SmackDown Tag Title has been repeating in my head since Saturday. It was freaking insane. Just what? Yes, Lewis.
I was going to say, Grayson Waller can never fault me in a ladder match, because this isn't the first time we've seen Grayson in a ladder setting. I remember his NXT when he elbow dropped through the ladder, and you saw his elbow
Yeah,
it was
weird. Bunch of craziness on this entire match. I adored it from start to finish, especially to finish. Like Wes was at our watch party. The two of us were with some of our friends. The moment R-Truth pulled down those tag titles, the entire place went crazy. I mean, how do you not love R-Truth? It's his first WrestleMania win, and he won the tag titles. Like, again, this man doesn't age, but he is aging. So, like, we don't know how much longer we're gonna have R-Truth on our screens. So him getting this moment, probably towards the tail end of his career, is beautiful. I'm thrilled to see it happen. They better not lose the tag belts tonight. Let me put it that way. I hope not. But
That would be tragic.
That would crush me. But I loved it. Also, I loved the spot when Awesome Truth and DIY were like, "Yo, you grab these titles, we'll grab these titles. We don't have to fight." Like, I'm like, continuity in pro wrestling. We love to see it. But yeah, I think this entire match was incredible. Also, I loved seeing the New Day. I miss them. They need to be on TV more. With Big E as their manager. But yeah, great stuff. Great stuff all the way around.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, DIY's entrance coming out like DX. I was like, you're stupid. I love it. I love that they brought that in there. I love like you said, the continuity between Awesome Truth and DIY. It was so great. I think the way how they split the titles up was perfect, with letting Grayson Waller grab it first and then getting pulled down and hit the ladder. So now he can't move no more because his back broke. So it made sense. We got a tag in and then a pin in the middle of a ladder match by R-Truth. Like, what? Why are we doing this? But why do I love it so much? I loved every second of it. I was like, yes, tag him in, let him pin him, and then realize, oh, wait, I'm in a ladder match. No, let me go climb this ladder. It was just everything was great. The spots were great. New Day was great. Everybody just did what they needed to do. At some point, I was like, oh, are they about to let the Republic win? I thought because they were giving them a lot of great moments, and I was like, are they gonna let them win? That'd be great. That'd be cool, I guess. But it was I just thought it was a good match all the way around. Honestly, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, R-Truth. Oh my goodness, I'm the youngest one here, but ever since I've been a wrestling fan, he's just been doing crazy stuff. Like Lewis said, he can do no wrong. I love that, man. I'm glad R-Truth and The Miz won. I think, like Wes said, they're not going to hold the belt long. I think they eventually lose them to DIY. I think they start a feud with DIY, and DIY gets the belts off of them. A-Town Down Under. I don't like Austin Theory. I don't know why. I just don't like him. But, yeah, they won. If you're going to have R-Truth and Miz, a face team win, you got to have a heel team win. I guess he can have the tag title run, but I just don't like him. Good match. I love ladder matches. It was just a good match all around.
It was definitely a good match. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, the thing that sticks out the most for me, and this has nothing to do with the match, but more so to do with their entrance, when Judgment Day came out and Damian Priest came out with a mask on. And for a lot of people I saw them, they're like, oh, that's a creepy mask, whatever. But as a Puerto Rican, I knew the cultural significance of what Damian was wearing. He was wearing what we call a vejigante mask, which they became popularized in like carnival experiences in Puerto Rico. And it represents like a big monster, similar to like Krampus, that they walk down the street with a big stick and they attack people, and they are this larger than life monster that everyone is made to fear. And so seeing him come in with a vejigante mask as a Puerto Rican, for me, just did so many things. And I was just like, you fucking go, baby. So like, I'm very sad they lost these titles. Very excited for what comes later on for Damian. But at the end of the day, everybody in this match showed out. It was a very fun watch. Happy to see Awesome Truth win. I would have really liked to see New Day have a moment coming back, but I think their moment will come at some point soon. And A-Town Down Under can choke because I don't really like Austin Theory. And so, like, at this point, I'm just like, they need to lose them soon. Like, let's get them out of here, please. Like, sorry, Grayson, but you got pitched up in a group with somebody that is just automatically unlikable. So hopefully this can do something to like boost Grayson Waller to having him be able to do a little bit better in a singles run after this. But I hope he doesn't fade into obscurity because of Austin Theory at this point. That's all I have to say.
I'm gonna call it now. I think A-Town Down Under are dropping those tag belts at Clash of the Castle to New Catch Republic. It just makes too much sense to me, especially considering Pete and Tyler Bate were like two of the most, if not the two most foundational wrestlers to NXT UK when that was around. So I hope that is what happens, because I do not think I can deal with more than 2 months of an Austin Theory title reign right now. Because that just means I have to watch his ugly finisher over and over and over again. And then I have to listen to his really awful theme music over and over and over again. And I just don't want to do either of those things. So yeah, keep him on my screen. Grayson, you're great though. Love you. You're fantastic.
No, I think you're onto. I think you're onto something there.
I definitely agree. I think they're losing that Clash of the Castle because it only makes sense. And yep, we move to Rey Mysterio, Dragon, and it says Dragon Lee, but it was not Dragon Lee, and I didn't change the thing, so I just realized that. But it was Andrade against Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now I'm gonna just say this off the rip. What?
Literally.
What? Here's the thing. I'm saying what, but was I mad at it? No. Because was it fun all the way around? I had a good time watching it. And we got our first surprise of the night because honestly, everybody on this panel, besides Donovan, because he wasn't here, but we all said Santos and Dirty Dom are winning this match. There's no way about it. They're winning this match because why would they give it to Rey and Dragon Lee? And then we find out that it's not Dragon Lee, it's Andrade and Rey. And then I was like, I mean, does that really change the outcome? Nah, I still think it's going to be Santos and Dom because why not? We were all wrong in this one. Everybody was dead wrong because Andrade and Rey wins with the help of two masked men who came out of nowhere, only to find out that it's Philadelphia Eagle star Jason Kelsey and I can't remember the other dude's name, whatever his name is. I only know Jason Kelsey. That's the only person I really care about is Jason Kelsey. I'm just gonna be honest. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm not mad at it. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
I'm right there with you, honestly. For me, I was even more gagged at Ray winning this after having the tag partner just randomly swapped and being like, pretend you don't see that it was supposed to be someone else. It's now Andrade. Don't worry, we've got this. Like for me, I was just like, okay, they're definitely losing. And to see them, honestly, I don't understand what the goal is here. Like Dirty Dom has so much natural heat that not putting him over at WrestleMania seems like a misstep in my eyes. It is what it is, but yeah, Jason Kelsey, call me. That's about it.
I mean, okay, first, yes, agree with that one. Secondly, I'm I'm gonna be real. I'm mad at this. I think this was absolutely the wrong call. Uh, Santos is on the rise. Dom has been that guy for a minute, right? Ray is on his way out eventually. He said he's gonna retire by the time he's 50. Guess what? He's 49. So like he ain't got more than one Mania left. I hate to break it to everybody. Um, but like, and then Andrade, sure, he just came back, but like, you didn't have to make this a clean loss. They could have cheated, and it would have been fine. I think the biggest wasted opportunity here was that Carlito, who has been like on SmackDown these past few weeks, been like a little disgruntled. He got passed over for Dragon Lee, and then he got passed over again for Andrade. And that's why I was okay with this replacement, because I was like, oh, okay, Carlito's going to turn heel at Mania, and it's going to be awesome. And then, no, he was like a totally smiley, happy guy the entire match, even after the ending. And I was just so underwhelmed by this entire thing. One of my least favorite matches of the weekend. I hate to say that because I love everyone involved in this. It didn't really click for me either.
Yeah, like Amy said, Dominic, like Amy and Brooke said, Dominic has so much heat. It's me personally. This is my least favorite match of the night, of night one. I didn't care as much as I love Rey Mysterio growing up. I didn't care about this match at all. The only thing that I was like a little excited for was the fact of Carlito probably turning heel, because I remember heel Carlito, and that didn't happen. So it was an okay match. The wrong team won, and I didn't care.
Yes. Well, simply, I only have three things to add to this match. Firstly, Donovan's completely correct that the wrong team won. In fact, we were not wrong. Paul Levesque was wrong. And that's just blatantly obvious to anyone with a brain. Secondly, yet again, the only thing to befuddle my accurate predictions are NFL teams. Even if they are my Eagles, go Eagles, go. They made me cry Eagles cry because I'm sick of stupid NFL wrestlers. It's a dumb concept. Stay out of my ring. Leave me alone. Don't pin the Miz. Don't interfere. Go away. Go play your football game. Thirdly, very happy to see Latin wrestlers be featured at Mania. Why did it have to be this way? I don't know. And get Rey Mysterio off of my screen. Retire already. Thank you.
One thing.
He can't wrestle.
Sorry. Don't disrespect Rey Mysterio. That's one.
Right, like not too much on Ray.
Ray.
Like,
Two.
not
He
too
should
much.
retire though. He should.
Don't
retire.
come for Ray like that.
Don't come for Ray. Two, as a fellow football player, as a fellow offensive lineman, we didn't need Jason Kelsey or Lane Johnson at WrestleMania to feature during this match of all matches. I love football, but we did not need to see any football players on this card.
Don't listen to the My Wise Tribal Chief. You're correct. Right. What is, I think that one person I feel the the worst 4 is Dragon Lee, because I feel like when you're given hello, you're gonna be at Mania, just for like within the same week to be told, actually, never mind, we've changed our mind. That's gotta sting. That's gotta fucking sting. Especially for someone who's a recent talent that's not been featured. Honestly, not been featured prominently in WWE at all. I don't think I've seen Dragon Lee in a huge event. I can't name a single event where I've seen Dragon Lee featured, apart from weekly television. So I wish that Dragon Lee was in this. If Reah and Andrade had to win, I wish we got a Dragon Lee appearance. Like, oh my god, surprise! He's actually not injured at all, and he's here, and whatever. The whole bringing in the Eagles thing to get in a cheap pop, I didn't like that. Again, I wish that the heels won. I guess the whole Carlito thing is brewing. I feel like this could have been a boiling point, and I think this could have been the point where you're brought in Carlito, but I guess if you're still trying to, plant the seeds, I mean, the seeds are already there, to be honest, Triple H, but if you're still wanting to plant more seeds, then that's your own thing. But
they're apple seeds. They take a while.
That's fair. That's a very fair.
Spit to the face of people who don't want to be cool. You know who I honestly think came out of this match looking the best out of everyone involved? Joaquin Wilde. Out of everyone involved in this match, he looked better than everyone. He did one thing. He did it amazingly. Pushed this man already. I remember his days back at TNA as DJZ and Zima Ion. Okay? Amy's there. She knows about it too. Okay? Like, granted, was he an obnoxious little heel there? Yes. Would he still be a fantastic character actor on the main roster today? Absolutely. Just let him do his thing. Let him at least get a few singles matches on TV, because, dear God, they're never letting Cruz or Joaquin do anything right now. So let them do something.
Look here. I know everybody don't want to see the Eagles in the ring and yada, yada, yada. Look here. Jason Kelsey could do no wrong in my eyes. I don't care if Jason Kelsey shows up at every match. If Jason Kelsey wants to get up there and do that, I am here for Jason Kelsey. I'm a fan of Jason Kelsey.
With open arms.
That's just me. I just enjoy it. And I can't wait to listen to the New Heights podcast on Wednesday to hear him talk about how he was just at WrestleMania this past weekend. So shout out to you, Jason Kelsey. I'm shouting you out. You and Travis.
Call me.
His wife will be very upset if he calls you.
Jason Kelsey has a wife?
Oh, Jason Kelsey has a wife and 3 kids.
Oh, can she fight?
Yeah, look, absolutely she can. And she has let folks know she can. I don't even want to mess with Kylie Kelsey, baby. I was like, okay, Kylie, I see you, girl. You got it. You got it, girl.
Okay. You got
respect.
Respect. But she slips up. Yeah. I'm right here.
I'll choose to recount my my insults to the Eagles. As I am an Eagles fan, I will relent. But something I won't relent about, and I just have to reinforce and state again, is, and no offense to Rey Mysterio's past, I believe he was wonderful in 2004. Loved him quite a bit. But I do have to point out to everyone on the podcast and our beautiful audience listening that for the last year, we have said only one thing about Rey Mysterio. Man, I wish that this spot was going to somebody else. If we have to say that every time for a year straight, maybe it's the wrestler that's the problem, because all he's doing is blackballing the new Rey Mysterios from being able to take his place. And if you can't even do a Hurricane Rana anymore, maybe it's time to put up your boots.
You're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong.
I would fully blame the bookers, though. I don't necessarily think it's him blackballing. I think for me, I see it more as him trying to give a leg up to the next generation of Rey Mysterios, and it's in how the booking is going that's making it seem like he's kicking them down. But it's just a perception, like a perspective thing. Ooh, I couldn't say the word.
I think that he's respected enough in the company, though, that he it comes to intuition thing though, but like I think he's respected enough in the company to be able to say, I'd much rather these people get much more of a platform than like, you know, I don't know. I think he has enough enough of a voice in the company to be able to do that. But that's just my perspective on it.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
One tiny little thing, and then
Yeah.
my piece is over. Something that really irked me about this, I didn't get to say it during the predictions video because I wasn't here. But when we did our entrances video, we talked about Dominic's entrance last year, right? And the big thing that we loved about Dominic as a heel is that they haven't felt the need to shove him with his dad to let him get over as a heel, right? This feels so regressive of the past year of Dominic's heel work, just making him be in this match when there are so many other avenues to have Dominic Mysterio being at WrestleMania this year. I hated that, and I really wish they would let them just exist separately for a little bit.
Would love to see Dominic getting into that title picture with Sami. I think that would be really cute. I'm looking forward to it. I need that to happen.
All right. Well, let's move. We've talked about this enough. Let's move to Jimmy and Jay Uso. And before anybody says anything about this match, I'm just going to reiterate what I said on the predictions match. I don't care what you feel about this match. I don't care if you liked or not like this match, if this match was crap. There is nothing anyone could say or do to make me hate Jimmy and Jay Uso. There is nothing anybody could say to make me hate a match that Jimmy and Jay are in. So for everybody out there, I liked this match for what it was, and you won't change my mind, period. That's my thought. That's my piece. And I will tune out any negativity towards this match. Thank you.
Before y'all come in with the negative, I'm going to say the other positive there. First off, a million here. I was like, wait, hold on. We got Lil Wayne in the building walking out. And I was just like, listen, this is kind of cute. It's giving what it needs to be giving. I was very excited about this. I feel like they both, honestly, you could feel that they were both a little nervous. I get that. And it is a big deal to be in a brother versus brother match at WrestleMania. There's a lot of pressure that comes with it. I think they handled it with grace. I think if they were given a little more time to play with, I think they would have done a lot more and gotten their feet wet a little bit better and been able to give us the big Usos that we know them to be. I'm still super impressed with them and super proud of them for being able to do this. And like at the end of the day, they did that shit, baby. They did that shit. And the match was great, in my opinion. Could they have done more? Probably. Am I mad at what they did do? Absolutely not. I'm happy. Good for them. Congrats. Amen.
Worst match of the weekend. Worst match of the weekend.
I won't go
I
that.
hate it.
I'll probably go that far. I don't want to say it though. I really don't want to say it.
Nothing against either of them because I love both of the Usos. I think they are both incredible. I think they are both talented. Their character work has been outstanding, especially these past 6 months. All of them, they're both fantastic. The actual match, wasn't it? I thought it was really boring. Take a shot every time you see a super kick in this match. You will be drunk in about 3 minutes. I hated it so much. Especially considering it was supposed to be the culmination of this epic story. It's been building for 7 months. Granted, I think Amy's right. They should have given it more time. But at the same time, I don't know if more time would have helped. I really don't. I think for two people that have insane tag team chemistry, they have zero singles chemistry with each other. And I think this is one of those things that I don't think they should revisit anytime soon. I think they need to let them stay apart for a while. And then maybe in a while we could see if there's anything there. But right now, based off of what we saw on Saturday, I just don't think anything's there for them as with chemistry between the two of them. Because I have seen both of them have incredible singles matches with plenty of people. right? Plenty of people. It just wasn't on this day, on this night. You know what I mean? At least for me.
It's okay to be wrong.
My issues are not with the Usos themselves. They can never do me wrong ever. My problems are with the producers of this match. I think this, to be honest, I think this match was a little too sanctioned for my liking.
That part.
I think this match was, with how much has been built towards this match, I think just let them do whatever the fuck. Break the rules. We don't need rules. What the fuck? Give them like let them throw weapons at each other. Let them fucking 2K chair throw it. Like, I love that 2K added that. I think this should have been the street fight of the weekend. Truly.
Should have made this Hell in a Cell. Straight up. Like, especially considering after, like, the whole thing about the bloodline and a lot of their storylines is that, insert person here has interference from insert person here, and that's what's causing all of these wins for the bloodline, right? Not all of them, but, a decent chunk of them in the past few years. You say, Hell in a Cell, no escape, you versus me, and we just see who the better twin is. Especially with the amount of build this rivalry had, it would have been perfect. But, we didn't get that.
I'm not going to go that far and say worst match of the night. The Usos, I don't think they're capable of putting on a bad match. With the work I've seen from them, I think it should have been a street fight, definitely. We'll talk about the street fight later on, but I don't think that match needed to be a street fight. This is their first singles match against each other, so I can see what you're saying, Brooke, about them not having the chemistry. I think more time they could have started to build that chemistry, and I think it should have been a little more interference. You should have had Solo run in. You maybe could have had Rikishi run down for something. But I'm not going to say worst match of the night, and it should have been a street fight. I don't really have too much to say about it.
Super kick. Super kick. Super kick. Super kick. And I could go on.
Thought you were calling a Young Bucks match. Ooh.
And honestly, I thought I was watching a Young Bucks match. And that's saddening and sickening. Whoever booked the match, they did great. Jay and Jimmy, they did great. The producer should be shot. I can't believe they fumbled this. It's really quite astonishing. Anyone who thought that super kicks and splashes could make a match should know by now definitively that they can't. And HBK is rolling and crying. That's all I can say. I really wish we would have gotten more. Very much looking forward to this match. And I thought I was watching two developmental wrestlers fight around on a trampoline. Wow.
I will say, I did
producer.
just look it up. I was about to say the producer was Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan.
So, Jason Jordan, a.k.a. Mr. American Alpha. I miss him. He was great.
I mean, look, was it the best match of the night? No, but
it was definitely not the worst of the night. Like, I don't know.
I mean, we just talked about
a match that should have been like a true email, like that. Literally, everyone was like, "Why the hell did they win?" And you think this is worse? Like, I don't know. I don't feel that way. But.
I can at least remember spots from the tag match that aren't.
I can remember a spot.
I can remember a few spots. I can remember a few things about that match. This match, the only thing that is sticking out in my mind is the 17 super kick exchange and then Jay winning with the splash off the top. Like, the actual match itself was just really boring for me, and I just didn't enjoy it. With at least the tag match, as stupidly booked as it was and as dumbly built and completely unnecessary as it was, I can remember the Walking Wild, like, yeet splash. I can remember the football players at the end. Like, there are things in that match I can recall. Here, I just don't have the same way.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody has the right to their opinion.
Yeah.
I just will never hate Jey Uso, never hate Jimmy Uso, never feel like anything they do is bad. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So
And
that's
I
my
understand that. I understand. It's just imagine if this was a Young Bucks match, how you'd feel. If those were the Young Bucks, how would you have felt about this match?
I don't know who the Young Bucks are, so
period, Lana. And leave it at that. The Young Bucks together.
That might be.
I have no idea who they are. But anyway,
that might be the best thing.
So a match that I do want to talk about because we have Bianca Belair, Naomi, Jade Cargill against Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. I was excited for this match, but what pissed me off is that you only gave them 8 minutes to do what they had to do, and that pissed me off. That pissed me off, and I was very mad because that ending felt so rushed when it didn't have to be. Like, you could have shaved off a whole lot of time in that tag team match, and you could have shaved off some time in the Usos match. And you could have shaved off some time in the following match. I'm just saying, you could have shaved off some time. We did not need. I mean, it didn't need to be that. It literally could have shaved off some time to give these women more than 8 minutes, and literally 8 minutes and 5 seconds. But I would be remiss if I didn't say, Amy, if you did not call this when you called it.
I said Destiny's Child, baby.
Destiny's Child, and they came out all in every stage of Beyonce.
It was every Beyonce I could have looked. And then the episode before, like,
yes.
Tell me that was not Coach Carter coded. Like,
it was Coach Carter coded for sure. Everything was
Cowboy
Coach Carter.
I'm so excited. I'm like, Coach Carter. My God. But
it was so good. But these ladies came out, even with their little 8 minutes that they had, they still took that 8 minutes and they showed out. And I, for one, love this match. Love the outcome of this match. We need more Jade Cargill in a ring for more than a minute to do her thing. Like, I want to see more than one smash kick Jade and bam, it's over. I can't wait till we get that moment. But they looked great. I will say, ring gear of the night goes to all 6 of these ladies. I'm just going to put it out there because all 6 of them ate down on their ring gear. They ate down. They looked amazing. That was the ring gear of the night for me. All of them. I don't have just one. All of them ate. But this was a great match for me. I loved it. And I won't talk about it anymore.
Yeah. This match is amazing. We're, I think, a little spoiled when it comes to the quality that we're getting, especially in this match. All these wrestlers are just fantastic, and so that's why we feel like it's a shame it was only 8 minutes. But I'll be honest, I think that I got to see the dominance that I knew these ladies would bring. And so we didn't need any more, but we sure wanted some more. At least that's how I felt. Unfortunately, though, I do have to point out, and I pointed this out to Brooke during the watch, because, of course, as you'd imagine, I already knew the outcome and what would happen. But I'm very sick of seeing Asian wrestlers lose at Mania. I'm very sick of seeing Asian wrestlers lose at all pay-per-views, period. They're real wrestlers. They know how to wrestle very well. And I feel like the WWE disrespecting them, having them constantly feed themselves to most of the time less talented talent, not in this case, but in other cases, is frustrating. Why is Asuka 0-6? Anyone know? I don't. Oh well. I go back to being my Dolph Ziggler fan club. Oh well, it is what it is. Great match, though. Hats off.
Completely agree with my tribal chief. but I think that there was no way they were going to have anyone else winning this. There was no way. The backlash would have been a lot louder. The backlash would have been a lot louder if it didn't go the way it did.
Lewis, do your lips hurt?
Do my lips hurt? No, not
You've
at
been
all.
like firmly on Wes's ass, like
my-
all night.
I mean, just a lot of, just a lot of going around.
They ate the big three, baby. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I already knew when we saw Jade and Bianca standing face to face at the Royal Rumble that greatness was upon us and that something big was coming. I thought it would be facing each other, but this is like leaps and bounds better than that right now. Like, having them combine a joint slay, if you will, was just incredible, impeccable. The Beyonce lookbook of the three of them was just everything I needed and more. Them coming out with the big three hand symbol, I'm just like, you got me sold, baby. I'm gonna be at every event like this. And I just love their chemistry together. Watching them in the press conference afterwards was like so refreshing and like just incredible. I love the three of them. I just love that they were given this platform that they have won. Still a little sad for the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai getting snubbed the way they did. Not everybody can win, but I hope moving forward that they will be able to get a little bit more shine. Asuka is like always bringing a specific level of talent and creativity to the roster, and the fact that it's not recognized more is a crime. The big three, baby. The big three, baby. Oh, sorry. I'm never gonna shut up. Like,
No, don't. Like, feel free. Personally, feel free. I adored every single second of this match. I ate it up with a spoon. I was living. Okay. First off, these entrances from both teams slapped. They were fantastic. Like, we had gotten a little bit of that with like the Little Wayne stuff beforehand, but this was the first time during the entire pay-per-view where I'm like, oh yeah, this is WrestleMania. Like, these entrances made it feel epic. It gave me that aura. Like, oh, I loved every minute of it. We talk about the Cody Vader. Can we talk about the reverse elevator effect here with these big three women coming down from on high, where they look down upon every other wrestler in this division, established in their glory? Like, yes, please. The epicness of these entrances. I saw a lot of debate as to what they were doing online. I thought it was very clear, but that's just me. Just in general, perfect. Shout outs to Petey Williams and Molly Hawley because they were the producers for this match. You got given 8 minutes, and as much as I hate that, I wish they would have been given like 20. Again, take them off about 10 minutes off that tag match at the end of the show. We're in business. But I loved every minute of this match. I want more. I need more. I want to see Jade and Bianca win the tag titles like on Friday. I want that immediately. I want Naomi to win the women's title ASAP. Okay. As much as I love Bianca and as much as I love Jade, Naomi deserves her flowers, and she deserves a third technically, but basically a second proper reign with that belt.
I need the glow belt back. Period.
That part. But yeah, like, these three women are incredible. And not too much on damage control either, because I think Dakota Kai looked really good for her first real match back in a minute. And I mean, Asuka and Kairi Sane are always like perfect. So I mean, amazing match all the way around.
It was the fans for me for their entrance. It was just like, work. I was
the cherry blossom petals. So
good. It was so good. Donovan.
Can we get justice for Asuka, please?
Absolutely.
There is no reason she should be 0-6 at WrestleMania. What are we doing, WWE? This was a good match. Push Jade Cargill to the moon now. I was going to say Naomi and Bianca win the tag titles. and push Jade, and she wins the women's championship. I don't see it happening. They're not going to Brock Lesnar her to the title, but push her to the moon as soon as possible. And
carry on.
We need justice for Asuka and Asian wrestlers in general. Please, there's no reason that Asuka should not have a WrestleMania win.
We've all said that Asuka should have won the year she won Rumble. Like that should have been, she should have won that. Like I don't care. Charlotte Flair will find no rest in her life because of that moment, and everybody who made that moment happen, they will find no rest in their life for making that happen. And the same with whoever made that same call with Shinsuke, they will find no rest in their life for letting them win the Rumble and then send them to Mania for both of them to lose. Absolutely not. You get no rest in your life.
Twisted. So sick and twisted.
I was so upset. I think sitting there,
we were at that Mania.
Yeah, we were
fuming, and we were
fuming. I was never been so mad at a Mania that I was at than I was in that moment. And people around me were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I am pissed. Like this is, I'm mad. Like disgusting."
You want to know something like crazy? Yeah, Wes and I were talking about it like during the show. I was like, I can't think of the last time a Japanese wrestler won a match at WrestleMania. I did some mental digging, and I think I have thought of the most recent one, which was WrestleMania 26, when Yoshitatsu won that Battle Royal. I cannot think of any.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's the most recent I can think of. And even then, that match was on the pre-show. So, like, if you really think about it, I can't think of one that's more recent than that.
And see here, and that's the thing. I know we get. For me, I get all up in my feelings when they be doing black wrestlers wrong because I'm like, that's who I am. They represent me, and I get very mad and in my feelings. But I get even more in my feelings for other marginalized groups who are getting shafted at these events, and what they are doing to these Asian wrestlers at these big pay-per-views is sickening. I really want to run into the new WWE building and be like, who's the writers? I just want to shake them all. Be like, if y'all don't give these Asian wrestlers some kind of love at these big pay-per-views, like I'm gonna burn it to the ground. It's stupid. It's so dumb. I'm just as passionate about everything else than I am about my kings and queens.
To put a final point on it, I believe it's this injustice that is the single reason why the Rainmaker is not at the WWE right now. It's your fault. Deal with the repercussions.
Yep.
Because why would he come to a company knowing that wherever he goes, he will lose?
Right. Makes sense.
One last point. I think this match really made me feel that we need a trios championship in WWE. I feel like a trios championship for both the men's and the women's would be interesting. I think we should have gotten it when the New Day was hot. We have enough people that are in a trio together that it would work. And I think that these three as a trios champ would just be the eatery we all deserve.
One last point. I've been trying to get my word in, but I didn't want to step on any toes. There's been unnecessary commentary that's been made by a certain Marcus Henry, and I want to put this to bed. I don't think anyone is finding Kairi Sane disrespectful to the business for getting out the ring a second longer than Dakota and Asuka. During the entrances, he made a comment saying that Kairi was disrespectful to the business because she didn't get out of the ring at the same time as Dakota and Asuka when Bianca and Naomi and Jade were entering the ring.
Mark Henry, please have some seats.
Please have
several.
Did we ask Mark?
Stay out of women's business. Get out of here.
Literally.
My man, the only thing we want tips from you on, Mark Henry, is where to buy our nice little salmon jacket. Okay, outside that, just stay in your lane, my guy. You don't even work for this company.
You did good when you got Bianca to come to the WWE. You did good there, but relax, homie. Have several seats.
Right, you ate that one little thing.
You ate that little bit thing up, but don't. Okay, we move. Zip it.
Next.
Gunther. Sami Zayn. Another stunner of a match. Another shocker of a match. Everybody on this panel got it wrong. Everybody got it wrong. I was gooped. I was gagged. I was shocked. I was betribbled when the 1, 2, 3 happened because I did not see it coming. But was I excited when it did? Absolutely was excited. I was on the verge of tears like Samantha Irvin. I was like, oh my God, they let this happen. But then I started thinking in my wrestling brain of controversies and conspiracy theories started happening. I was like, oh, did we just set up a whole nother story without even knowing we setting up a story? Because I was like, Sami Zayn wins. Chad Gable has helped Sami Zayn get to this point of believing that he could beat Gunther, learn all of Sami Zayn's weaknesses and strengths, and then Chad Gable will turn around, turn on Sami Zayn, and grab the belt from Sami Zayn because he's like, I know everything about you because I help make you. I'm like, is this storytelling happening right before my eyes and we ain't even see it happening before? And I wouldn't be mad at that because honestly, I think Gunther needs to go on and get his push to a bigger belt because I think he's there now and I would be okay with that. So I think him dropping the IC title to Sami Zayn is a good thing. And then we can start getting more stories with Sami and then Chad Gable and then other people. And I just feel like this is great. But I love this moment. I was very happy in this moment. I was very shocked because I didn't think it was happening. I really thought it was going to be Gunther was going to keep it probably up until who knows when they were just going to let how long they were going to let Gunther keep it. I hate that he dropped it on 666, but okay, whatever. But yeah, sure. I'm very happy for Sami though. I'm very happy for Sami.
I'm gonna let Amy talk at length because I know this is one of your favorite people on the planet. All I'm gonna say is this: I was so ecstatic when this happened, and I did not think he was winning up until Sami Zayn's entrance. The second he was talking to Chad Gable backstage, I looked over at Wes and said he's winning the belt. Wes can back it up. That did happen. And I think this was the right call now. I think it definitely was because I think we are about to get heel Chad Gable. Because I told Wes that too during the match. I was like, "Oh, Chad Gable's about to turn heel and steal this belt from him in like 2 months," and I cannot wait. Chad Gable is about to become one of the biggest heels in wrestling, and I'm so excited. But it was incredible. I popped so hard when he hit that brain buster. Like lost my mind. Some of the best commentary I have heard from Michael Cole in a decade. During this match, just everything was so perfect, and it was a perfect way to end this title reign. In my opinion, maybe it should have happened on Sunday, so it could have been 667. But you know what? Other than that,
yeah, I would have liked that. But wait, honestly, I thought that was the botch when he hit the. I was like, oh no, did he just mess that up? But then I was like, no. Okay, once I went back and watched, I was like, oh no, that was supposed to be, and that was exactly how it's supposed to look. At first, I thought he messed it up, but yeah.
Well, that was his finishers on the Indies.
Yes, yes. I remember now.
I have been a Sami Zayn fan before Sami Zayn was Sami Zayn. I have been an old school El Generico fan for literally years. And to see Sami win this, I think I said it during the predictions. I wanted Sami to win, but I didn't necessarily think that they would let him win over Gunther. And that I didn't think it was being booked that way. And I've never been more excited to be wrong. Like to see the moments leading up to the match with his family. And I was like, maybe he'll win this. And then I saw him and Steen and Owens hugging each other. And in that moment I said, I think he's going to win. And I didn't want to get my hopes up, but I was emotional throughout that entire match because to see the growth of this man and the way he's grown in this title in general, like this time holding this title feels like it's the most genuinely himself and the most he's genuinely ready to be a champion. And I'm just so proud to see when he finally pulls out the El Generico Brain Buster, it's on the person that he really needed to bring out all of the stops for. And I'm just so proud seeing a Muslim man during Ramadan while fasting whoop ass in this match and just do the absolute impossible. Incredible. I can't say enough. I literally was sobbing as it happened because I was like, this cannot be real. And just it for me, it felt like a boyhood dream kind of moment, like the Shawn Michaels winning the title. Like for me, it was one of those moments for me personally. Like I've had brunch with this person. Like he's just one of the most lovely people on the planet, and seeing somebody that is a genuinely good person be celebrated to this standard and be able to show what they can do in this way, I'm just incredibly proud and incredibly happy for him. Whether it's a 2-day long reign or a 200-day long reign, I will be there. I will be screaming for Sami. So happy.
Match of the night. First off, Sami's entrance, I loved his entrance. It kind of reminded me of a Goldberg-esque entrance, following him from the back all the way. When he was with his family, when he saw Kevin Owens, we're going to talk about Kevin Owens' match later, but I thought Kevin Owens was winning too. I thought they were going to get a curtain call-esque moment on night 2. But this match was amazing. Of course, Sami Zayn, the two workers, Sami Zayn and Gunther, we know both of their work in the ring is amazing. That brain buster, when I was jumping all up and down my living room, on the couch, everything. Me and my aunt, we were at my nephew's birthday party, literally right before WrestleMania, watching it at Chuck E. Cheese and everything. And I told her Sami was gonna win. I called that. So I wasn't on that episode when y'all did the predictions. I saw it coming. Y'all got it wrong. I was right. Y'all don't know that, but I was right. But
Work.
Gunther, I believe they're setting up an Imperium versus Judgment Day feud. We'll talk about that a little later. But great match.
Yeah. This was Sami Zayn's best match in the WWE. This could have been a night 2 main event of WrestleMania on a different year. And that just shows how great of WrestleMania 40 is. It is unfathomably good. The fact that this could have been a night 2 main event. We knew that Gunther had the quality. We knew that Sami had the quality. Unlike Jimmy and Jay, this was the exact opposite to me, where they were really produced exceptionally and they were given all the time and all the moments to shine. What a match. I'm very excited to see where Gunther's going to go after this. I'm very excited for the Chad Gable potential storyline. He does owe him one. So we're going to see where this goes. But this is probably the most excited build-up that we know is coming, because we're reaching a lot of new Genesis points this Mania. We're reaching a lot of new beginnings. But this is one where it already kind of has its foot going in somewhere, and I'm very excited to see where it goes.
Love the match. Incredible. I said it last when we did the predictions. A Gunther match of Mania is never gonna. A Gunther match period. It's the same situation. I didn't care for the lead up to this match. Like the build, it was stale in my eyes. But when you got Gunther on PLE, you know it's gonna be a fucking it's gonna be up there in match of the night contender. However, I do low-key wish he kept the belt on him. I do, because I feel like there was... I feel like I didn't buy into Sami dethroning Gunther. Even after the match, I didn't buy into it. I still didn't buy into it.
Can I ask you what more you think Gunther could have done within that division? Why he would need the title any longer? I think that's an important note.
Why do I think Gunther needed it longer? Because you're not putting him up with someone who I thought could dethrone him. I didn't buy Sami as a contender. I really didn't.
Okay, it's okay to be wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It's perception. But I'm
Exactly.
just glad.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to see a lot of old school Sami come in a time where I think that being able to show out like this was necessary. Like, he was getting kind of stale for a while there, and I think it was mostly booking issues, not talent issue. So I'm glad he was able to show himself.
One last thing about
You're muted, Lana.
Yeah, Lana, you were muted.
Sorry, one last thing about the Gunther and Sami Zayn match. There's a theme going for this WrestleMania. If you pay attention, it happened multiple times. Night 1 and night 2. It's a theme. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, not you starting up and leaving us on cliffhanger. Yeah, Brooke, I saw your question. Nah, I think we could just do it separate.
All right.
Night 1, main event. It is Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman. I thought this match was fine. It was long. It was fine. It was good. It had moments. Did it need to be as long as it was? No, it didn't have to be. Like, they could have shaved out good 10, 15 minutes of this match and still would have been just as fun as it was. It was predictable. We knew it was going to happen. But was it enjoyable? Absolutely. I enjoyed it because of this group of men that we have coming into this stage. Starting off with The Rock's entrance, which, of course, I knew he had to have the best interest of the night because he wasn't going to be a part of night 2 and all the other men were going to be a part of part 2. So they didn't need to have their big interest in night 1. But The Rock's entrance was freaking incredible. Like, it was so good. It was very much on the level of what I would expect of The Rock to have at a WrestleMania, of one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. And he is the final boss at this point. So it's like, yeah, you have to build him up as something big and high and mighty and above all. And they did that. And it was so good. I enjoyed every second of that. I liked it. I liked this match. I liked the implications it was going to have to night 2 and what was going to happen. It was just like, they kept saying, oh, it's going to be bloodline rules for night 2. I was like, where's bloodline rules for night 1? It is what it is. I mean, The Rock literally told the ref, if you count, you're fired. So it's just like, okay. So there was no rules. It was just, it was good though. But as much as I'm like, it didn't have to be as long, it was just so good. I enjoyed everything about it. The anticipation I had for it, I was satisfied. Once it was over, I was satisfied with this match. And I was like, you know what? I'm satisfied. The team that I knew was going to win won. We got bloodline rules for the next day. And they won in such a fashion that made me go, work. This is what I wanted. This is how I wanted night 1 to end. This is how I wanted to walk away from night 1 being like, I can't wait for night 2. Like, I'm excited about night 2. And that's how I left. And so I think they ended it on the right note. And I was happy with it. I was very happy with it.
Only thing I want to talk about is The Rock's entrance, because that thing was lit. It was amazing. It was perfect. It was everything. Right team won. We needed the Bloodline rules for the main event of night 2. I don't think Cody winning here does anything for anybody. So, yeah, good decision. That's all I got.
Similar thought process. The right team won. The taste level was where it needed to be. Yeah, I definitely think it could have been a little bit shorter, so we could have had a little more time with the big 3. But otherwise, this match was good. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see The Rock in his element again. I think he looked really good. The match in general was really good, and the looks were looking like Seth looked great. The entrance for The Rock was amazing. Like, what hasn't been said already? It was just an all-around good match. A great end to night 1. I felt like it really set the tone for the next J and what was to be anticipated for the caliber of event. And I love the 2-day WrestleMania format for this reason. I think it really is. It's added and only done better for people to have more time to actually have time to invest and soak in what's going on.
I mean, again, yeah, I do agree with that. There could be taking time off to this match, straight time off this match to give the women more time, the big 3. But in saying that, I didn't think this match, it didn't feel like it dragged. It didn't feel like it got tiring at any point. Towards the start, I thought, oh, this is turning more street fight than tomorrow's street fight is going to be. Yeah, I loved it. I loved the the Rock and his little interactions with Mama Rhodes. Loved them. Do I think Cody should have been the one taking the pin? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it might have. It's a two-way thing. You could like look at it as like, okay, you're making Cody look real weak, or maybe that's why you're doing it, to make Cody look real weak to save the big surprise for tomorrow. So, yeah, I was a fan of the match.
Yeah, I'll select this time to give every compliment I can to the Bloodline while they still exist in full form and fashion. I will admit handsomely that I was incorrect about The Rock's status and him coming back, unlike Rey Mysterio, who in his age has lost nearly all of his shine that he had in his younger years. The Rock was perfectly in condition. Still felt and looked good. Very happy to see that, and the entrance was phenomenal. So I was extremely happy with every bit of the match. Was good. I do, like the match. I thought that the wrestling was actually quite good, and the video and all of the promos leading to it was delivered upon. We had the belt. We had the mom. It was nice to see the evolution of the final boss in this final stage of Mania. And I was glad to see The Rock get the 1, 2, 3. It's going to set him up to be a monster going forward. And so I'm very happy with all of those things being said. Of course, this really made me interested in night 2. And, for other reasons. But I'm glad to see that the Bloodline got their hurrah.
I liked the match. I was genuinely shocked by The Rock's in-ring conditioning for him to be his age, to be gone for so long, to be able to go for that long and not, like Lewis said, not like it feel like it's dragging on. The Rock looked like he could still go in a one-on-one match, which makes me eager to see when he finally does fight Roman one-on-one, knowing that it doesn't have to be a Roman has to carry The Rock through the match. Rock can still hold his own. I do agree that Cody eating the pin was a questionable decision. I get you wanting to build him up, making it seem like he can't do it, like all the odds stacked against him. But it was a good match for me. Honestly, if it were me, I get it's The Rock. He wasn't going to not be in the main event. The main event should have been the IC title.
I ain't gonna
To
say
me-
that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say. I think if we look at the storytelling behind all of this, that was the reason Cody had to get pinned. It was the story of it all. Because as we see, we got the same shot of last year when Cody lost, of Roman walking down that aisle in victory and Cody sitting in the ring like, and it was like they were giving us that this could happen again moment, like this could be a foreshadowing moment for night 2. I think it made sense for The Rock to pin Cody in that moment because it was like they needed for people to be like, Cody might not get it. Cody could lose on night 2. I don't know if he got it in him. And now it's bloodline rules, more things stacked against him. So I think it was all about building up a story for night 2 to happen the way it happens, and for Roman and Rock to look indestructible at that moment. Like you can't deny them at that moment. So it made sense for me.
Completely unrelated to the actual match itself. This is something I've been wanting to talk about on the channel for a bit. I hate the fact that The Rock is now being called the final boss. I despise that for 2 reasons. 1, man, you weren't the guy with the title. Roman was the final boss. I don't care if you were the guy that came out at the end and you're like, whatever. No, Roman was the final boss. Secondly, that nickname is already taken. Somebody is already using that works in this company and has been using that for 2 years. Meiko Satomura, Japanese wrestling legend, the actual final boss. Why are we just ignoring that she exists? Granted, she's been working in NXT, sure, whatever, but it just made me irritated, and it will continue to make me irritated. I don't care about The Rock one way or the other. He has never been one of my favorite people in the ring, personally. But it just irks me, and it... That's good, though.
Again, Brooke with their loud and wrong takes, y'all.
Truly. No.
To say that about The Rock is
It's a choice.
It's a choice. It's choices, but you know what? Everybody has the right to their choices. I just don't I don't know how we differ on so
Right,
much. Like
liking Cody is a choice, you know.
I mean, no, I'm not going to even say that, Amy. I won't even say that. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say it loud.
Me and Brooke, we usually agree on so much, but how could we be so disagreeable on this wrestling life? It's weird.
I think the fact that you say like the Roman's a champion, that's why I like him calling the final boss, because he is not the actual acknowledged champion, but he still thinks he's higher than thou.
Which he is, because he's all of their bosses. Like, I get why that irritates you, and I didn't know nothing about this other person who called himself the final boss. So that's why he can just call himself the final boss, because guess what? Most of us don't know about this other person who called themselves the final boss. When you said that name, I was like, who?
I guess
Watch NXT. Watch NXT.
But that's also like why he calls himself. I don't want to be too loud because families. But like that's what also like it plays into his actual real life role in the company as well. So that's.
I think it also plays into the ego of his character, right?
Absolutely.
Being able to say, I'm not the champ, but I'm the final boss. And it's like, okay, there, big guy, like you got it. Like, and honestly, like I love that for him. I think that he fits that character in such a great way. It builds up his heel side, and I enjoy it in him. Like he's always gonna come in and get a pop because he's a big name and he doesn't come around that often. So people automatically assume like baby face, because of the way he's screaming and getting people excited. But I think that having him just be an over the top douchebag made a big difference into making people believe that The Rock is a heel.
Absolutely.
Good heel work.
Didn't Samoa Joe use it at one point as well?
Who?
Samoa Joe.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Final
I don't know
boss.
about
That nickname's been passed down so many times. That's
who knows? But
Woo,
that
night one.
that was night one of WrestleMania. We gotta go get out of here because we gotta get back to talk about night two at some point. But we're done for right now. So hit the subscribe button on your way out. You see it down there. Hit that, hit the notification bell, and do all the things. Go follow all our other channels. You see them. They'll be at the end of this video. And if you stuck around all the time, that means you like us. So just do it. Follow us on our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And follow us. And look, y'all, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been paying attention to the ticker down below, but Wes has an Instagram down there that belongs to what? I mean, what? So there's socials for all of us on here. So follow all of us on our socials.
Go
and
bully Wes.
do all those things and get your cup merch while you're there. You know, do that. And we'll be back to talk about night two. So I'll say this. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, big three,
Wrestling.
baby.